Hey guys, today I'm installing my SimCore UH1-55 shaft extension. This is a 55mm long extension from the base of the motor to the wheel. So the first thing we're going to do is pop off the base side quick release from Simucube. This is essentially 3 bolts. I think they're M5 bolts. I'm pretty sure they are. You just pull them off. One is, I think these are all equal lengths from the factory. You're going to get 2 short ones and 1 really long one. Take some time and clean off all the shavings and shards that fell off during the manufacturing process. You don't want this stuff getting inside of your motor, so make sure you either vacuum it or remove it completely from the surface. So now I'm going to take off the cone clamp. This is a really cool mechanism actually. It basically, the more pressure you put on it, the more it expands and the more it kind of smushes against the outside of the shaft. That keeps it kind of tight and locked in. So they're quite difficult to get off. I highly recommend either using something like this where you're using a ratchet just to get the leverage on it. And even with this one, I couldn't get the last bolt off, so I used my impact gun, lightly removed it, and then pulled the rest of these bolts out. Once you get the bolts out, you might find it a little difficult to get the external shaft off. Just jiggle it around. What I did is I actually pulled the whole Simucube unit off the rig and then put it to the side and did it that way. Probably wasn't the best idea, but I just wanted to check some things out anyway. Tapping it doesn't fix it, but just kind of wiggle it around and it'll eventually slide off like this. So this is the cone clamp thing I was telling you about. It's a really cool piece of engineering. Basically, the more you squeeze down, the more it expands, and the more it pushes against both shafts. So it's really excellent. Ideal for something like this where you need to have a main shaft that basically holds everything together and then an external shaft. So slide the new SimCore over the cone clamp and make sure you don't push it all the way down. I had a little error the first time I did it where I pushed it all the way down and then the shaft wouldn't move. When you push it, make sure you pull it back out a little bit just like this and then tighten it. 5mm is probably the right number for spacing there. Tighten these back up. I tightened them by hand initially, then I added some impact to them just because we need that clamping force. And honestly, if you don't tighten it too much, you're going to have the shaft basically just spinning around and your reel not doing anything. It's going to screw you up, so you don't want that happening during a race. So make sure you torque these things properly. I don't know the torque levels. Maybe someone from Simucube can share that, but I did put quite a bit of energy into torquing. Finally, we're going to reinstall the base side QR, which is the cool part. So now we never have to worry about shafts for our wheels. We can just put our wheels directly on the extended shaft. You're going to do that by using the 3 included bolts that SimCore sent, which is 1 long one, which goes in the fat side on the bottom, and then the 2 little ones that kind of just secure the unit to the shaft extension. And those are pretty self-explanatory. This is where you have to reuse those washers. So get it all tightened up, make sure you torque properly. Again, we're using high forces here. We have these direct drive wheels, so we got to make sure things are tight. But we don't want to over tighten them because this is still aluminum and you can strip it. So be cautious when you're reinstalling. Put your wheel back on, pop your pin right back in, and you're done. Now your shaft is extended by 55mm for a better driving position or sliding monitors in between the base and your steering wheel.